Today, we talk about why learning English through listening can truly change your life. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this channel. If you've been learning English for a while now, or if you're just getting started, I want to speak directly to you today. This message is for every learner out there who has ever felt tired, confused, or even discouraged by the process of learning English. And especially to those of you who wonder, why should I keep going? Today, I want to talk about something simple but powerful. Why learning English matters, and more specifically, why listening is one of the most effective, natural, and life-changing ways to do it. This is not just a language lesson. This is a conversation from one learner to another, a reminder of your purpose, your possibilities, and your power. Let's begin with something honest. Learning a language is not easy. There will be days when the grammar seems impossible, when the vocabulary refuses to stay in your memory, when native speakers talk too fast, and you feel completely lost. Those are real struggles, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed sometimes. But in the middle of all of that frustration, I want you to remember something very important. Every single person who speaks English fluently today once stood where you are now. They also felt lost. They also didn't understand. But they didn't give up, and you won't either. The truth is, you're already much closer to fluency than you think, especially if you've made listening a part of your journey. Now, why do I keep talking about listening? What makes it so special? Let me tell you a little story. Think about how babies learn to speak. They don't sit down with grammar books. They don't take vocabulary tests. They don't memorize verb conjugations. What do? They listen. For months and months, they simply listen. They hear voices. They hear songs. They hear people talking around them. Slowly, their brain begins to recognize patterns. Sounds become words. Words become sentences. Sentences become meaning. And then, one day they speak. This is not a coincidence. This is how the human brain is designed to learn language. Listening is not just a skill. It's the foundation of understanding, the first bridge between silence and speech. That's why, as adult learners, when we return to listening, we're going back to the most natural way of learning. But here's the difference. When you listen now, as an adult, you do it with intention. You're not just letting the sounds pass through your ears. You're listening to understand, to absorb, to train your brain. And over time, something amazing starts to happen. You begin to recognize the rhythm of the language. You start catching words you never noticed before. You begin to feel the language, not just memorize it. Let me be clear. You don't need to understand every word. In fact, in the beginning, you probably won't. But that's okay, because the goal of listening is not perfection. It's exposure, repetition, familiarity. The more your ears hear English, the more your brain adapts. It's like training a muscle. Every minute of listening is a workout for your language brain. And here's another truth you should remember. English is not just a subject to learn. It's a tool to unlock the world. Think about this. English is everywhere. It's the global language of communication, business, science, technology, and entertainment. If you know English, you can connect with people from nearly every country. You can apply for jobs internationally. You can study at top universities. You could travel more easily. You can explore content on the internet that is otherwise out of reach. The internet alone is over 50% English. That means the moment you understand English, you unlock more than half the knowledge in the world. Tutorials, books, research, interviews, documentaries, stories, lessons, opportunities. All of that is suddenly available to you. And it's not just about professional benefits. English allows you to enjoy life in new ways. You can watch movies in their original language without subtitles. You can understand the lyrics of your favorite songs. You can follow your favorite YouTubers, podcasts, or influencers without needing translations. That feeling, that sense of freedom, is what makes all the hard work worth it. But let's bring it back to listening. Listening, my friend, is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Why? Because every time you listen, you are learning without even realizing it. You are picking up not only vocabulary, but pronunciation, sentence structure, tone, speed, emotion, cultural context, all the things that make real communication possible. Have you ever tried to speak English and felt nervous? Like your words disappear or your accent gets in the way? That's normal. But listening helps with that too. When you listen a lot, your speaking naturally improves. Your pronunciation becomes more accurate. Your responses become faster. Your confidence grows. It's like your brain starts to copy what it hears. That's why listening is not a passive activity. It's active training. And it works as long as you do it regularly. Here's something else to consider. Listening can be done anywhere, anytime. You don't need a classroom. You don't need expensive courses. All you need is your phone, your headphones, and your time. You can listen while walking, cooking, cleaning, commuting, relaxing. Every free moment is a chance to grow. And remember, you can choose what you listen to. If you love football, listen to interviews with football players. If you love music, listen to song lyrics and try to understand them. If you love motivation, listen to English speakers who inspire you. Turn your interests into your classroom. That way, learning becomes a joy, not a chore. Now let's talk about something very real, motivation. Why do so many people start learning English but stop after a few weeks or months? It's not because they're lazy. It's because they lose sight of the why. They forget the reason they started. Maybe they expected fast results. Maybe they compared themselves to others. Maybe they listened to people who said, "It's too late for you," or "Your accent will never be perfect." Let me tell you something that I hope you never forget. Your accent does not define your intelligence. Your mistakes do not define your value. Your slow progress does not mean you're not talented. It means you're learning. It means you're human. It means you're growing. Everyone learns at a different pace. But the ones who succeed are not the fastest or the smartest. They're the most consistent. They keep going even on days when they don't feel like it. They choose progress over perfection. They believe in their future. So if you're listening to this right now, and maybe you feel tired or uncertain, I want you to remember you're doing better than you think. Every time you choose to listen instead of scroll, every time you try to understand a phrase instead of giving up, that is a win. That is a step forward. And those steps, taken every day, lead to a better future. Because the truth is, the world is becoming smaller and more connected. And English is the language that connects it. Whether you're in Indonesia, Brazil, Egypt, India, or anywhere else, if you speak English, you have a voice that can be heard across the globe. You can inspire. You can teach. You can lead. You can dream. And listening is the first step. So here's my challenge for you. Make listening a daily habit, even just 10 minutes a day. Find something you enjoy, something that inspires you, and make it part of your life. Don't worry about understanding everything. Trust the process. Your brain is listening, and it's learning even when you don't realize it. Let English be part of your daily rhythm. Not just something you study once a week, but something that becomes part of who you are. And finally, I want to say this from the heart. Don't ever believe the lie that says you're not good enough, or smart enough, or too old to learn. You're capable. You are enough. And your future speaks English. So keep listening. Keep learning. Keep believing in yourself. The world is waiting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this message encouraged you and reminded you why you started. And remember, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So stay with us. Subscribe, and let's keep growing step by step, one word at a time.